Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be counting down my completely objective and unbiased top 10 movies of 2019. Meaning, if you disagree with me, you are absolutely in the wrong and I am right. Jokes aside, this is an objective list. There is some bias towards some movies with certain subject matter, but that's the fun of all this. I'm just here giving you my top 10 and I'd love to hear your top 10 in the comments below. Also, this video will be completely spoiler free. I will not be revealing any major plot points for any of these films. I'm sorry for having this video up so late. We're into February of 2020 now and this is a 2019 list, but I needed to catch up on a few films before I could be confident in my picks. That being said, I have not seen every film in 2019 of course. So if you expect to see The Farewell or Portrait of a Lady on Fire here, you won't see them because I haven't seen them. I'm sorry. One last thing before we get into it. My Uncut Gems video got taken down due to a copyright claim, so I apologize if you guys missed out on that one. I've decided not to limit myself to one video a week, by the way. Sometimes you might see 2 or 3, and sometimes you might just see 1. I'll upload during the week, on the weekends, it doesn't really matter. I just don't want to restrict myself to a strict Sunday upload schedule anymore. With that out of the way, here are my top 10 films of 2019. Us is directed by Jordan Peele and stars Lupita Nyong'o and is the story of a family that has to fight for survival when their mirror image family, with a more sinister side, starts wreaking havoc upon their lives. Jordan Peele is up there with some of my favorite filmmakers working today, and Us was only a sophomore effort. While this movie was not as investing and brilliantly crafted as his first film Get Out was, it is still a beautiful and creative examination of the human condition. While this movie is a horror movie, it's surprisingly hilarious and leaves you with an ending that will sit with you long after the credits roll. Yes, I'm an MCU fan. There is no way that Avengers Endgame wasn't going to make it onto my list. There's honestly not much to be said about this movie that hasn't already been said. Yes, it has plot holes, and yes, it may not be the best film when looking at the entirety of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it concluded a 11-year culmination of over 20 movies with the most epic third act I'll probably ever see. Good job, Russo brothers. As a lover of film, The Lighthouse is obviously a movie worthy of being put on my list. It's honestly a cinematic masterpiece. The condensed aspect ratio and black and white color make this feel like a true, authentic period piece. The movie is absolutely crazy, like nuts. You watch as two guys descend into total madness and it is riveting. But honestly, most of this movie is just two dudes getting drunk and talking. But the dialogue is crafted in such a way where I never felt bored. Both Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe especially give incredible performances and scenes I will not soon forget. Robert Eggers is also a master, by the way. He's amazing, and I can't wait for what he does next. I already talked quite extensively about Uncut Gems in a separate video, but like I said, unfortunately it got taken down. Nevertheless, I'll keep it short and sweet. The Safdie brothers created an anxiety-inducing experience like no other. Adam Sandler is the best he's ever been in this film, and the sound design and beautiful visuals make this a must-watch, and Uncut Gems might end up being a future cult classic. Taika Waititi is absolutely brilliant. He's one of my favorite directors working today, and Jojo Rabbit is another great film to add to his catalog. He also did an excellent job at portraying a 10-year-old's depiction of Adolf Hitler in this movie. This film should be very offensive in pretty much every single way, but somehow Waititi manages to create a hilarious parody of one of the darkest parts of human history, while also giving us some moments that are a straight emotional punch to the gut. Marriage Story is by far the most real film I've seen this year. Noah Baumbach portrays the in and outs of divorce and the grueling process that truly is. He never forces the audience to side with one person or the other, and it makes the film even tougher to watch. You like Adam Driver as the husband and like Scarlett Johansson as the wife, and they may even seem good for each other at times throughout the film, but there is no correct side to take. You watch a marriage fall apart in front of your eyes, and it's heartbreaking. Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver are both terrific in this movie, and this film is the only one in 2019 to make me cry 3 times. Yes, it's deserving of this spot. Rian Johnson bounced back from his controversial entry into the Star Wars franchise with a film entitled Knives Out. This is one of the most ingenious films of the year, and the cast is absolutely perfect. Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis, Daniel Craig, Toni Collette, Michael Shannon, just to name a few. It's a completely original take on a whodunit murder mystery, and it takes twists and turns that most critics and audience members didn't expect. Everybody in the film deserves applause for their incredible acting, and Knives Out is easily one of the best original screenplays of the year. 1917 tore my nerves to shreds. The one-shot technique that Sam Mendes used creates the most immersive cinematic experience I've ever had the pleasure of seeing. That is not hyperbole, it is truly the most immersive movie I've seen. The story is simple, but the technical achievement this film brought to us cannot be overlooked. The story of two soldiers being ordered to move deep behind enemy lines in order to deliver a message is a simple concept, but the incredible acting, cinematography, and direction in the film puts this movie in my top 3 of the year. Okay guys, listen. I said Joker was the best film of the year in my Joker video 2 weeks ago, but I saw a movie I was really anticipating pretty late, and yes, it has been overtaken. That doesn't take away my love for this film, however. Joaquin Phoenix gave one of the best, if not the best portrayal of any comic book character on the big screen of all time. He carried the movie on his shoulders and never disappointed. Todd Phillips also directed this film masterfully. The use of color throughout the shots and one of the best adapted screenplays of the year makes him a filmmaker to look out for in the coming years. Joker is emotional, beautiful, haunting, and was an immersive, grounded look into one of my favorite comic book characters of all time. Yes, Parasite is everything I want in film. I will go ahead and say this movie is probably one of the best of the decade, not just the best of 2019. Bong Joon-ho should get a Best Director win at the Academy this year, even though he probably won't. The cast in this film is also stacked. There is not one bad shot, not one bad performance, not one bad scene, and not one bad piece of dialogue in Parasite. It's perfectly paced as well. This film is a gripping, character-driven, horrifying study of the class war that exists in South Korea, but applies to other parts of the world such as the United States as well. I love Parasite and always will. Please go watch this movie. Get past the fact that it's in a different language and there's words you have to read at the bottom of the screen. I promise you that it is worth your time. Thank you guys for watching my top 10 films of 2019 and look forward to another video before the end of this week. I'm hoping to either put up my Oscar predictions video or my most anticipated movies of 2020 video out soon. Be sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss those upcoming videos. And if you enjoyed this one, be sure to hit the like button and let me know your top 10 in the comments below. Till next time, thanks guys.